Howdy guys, welcome to Rune Revolution. I'm Ethan Stahl. So this is going to be the second video I post and produce today because tomorrow I'm going to be busy. If you watched my last video, you already know that, so I won't bore you with the details. Let's get into it. I talked yesterday about having a sounder plan. This is probably the third or fourth iteration of my plan. Now the basis hasn't changed from the first step 1, 2, and 3. Define your passion, make a plan, and execute. Very simple, not easy. Simple, but not easy. And I figured part of my plan needs... my plan didn't include the research. And that was a major flaw. I kind of masked over it with some other stuff that I thought would be a good substitute, but there's hardly a substitute for hard work. So let's get into some more specifics, alright? I've been researching more and more different affiliate marketing programs, and I figured that I'm not really ready. I don't have a valuable enough product to entice the kind of occult Wicca magic market, because frankly I haven't done the work. I look, just from what I did, my research that I've already done, there are people that have spent years and years practicing, gathering research and sources, and becoming as close to an expert as one could become in this, and I can't compete with that yet. Once I interview those people, once I pick their brain for their most valuable insights and pieces of information and condense those, that's when I'll be able to. That's when I'll be able to provide that value. But until then, there are smaller, much easier to understand things that I can do with this, that I will do with this. I found a WordPress theme that is based on marketing. On how to make your product a little more marketable, and integrating marketing features. Looks really good, and I think that's going to be the first sample one I try out. So I'm going to read a bunch of reviews, I'm going to look at how it works, all the different features, and decide why that may or may not be valuable for myself and others, and then I'll try my hand at marketing it. And I'll have an actual opt-in page, so if I get any sales or get anyone interested, I can actually, collect emails, and then I'll have a list that I can market stuff to, and that is pretty cool. So, we will be trying that out before long, but until then, I am incredibly grateful for these opportunities. Really, the more I'm learning, I've already kind of crumbled a lot intellectually, not like as in general, but my ideas about what I wanted to do have fallen through, and I've discovered holes and scratches and complete structural failures and all this kind of stuff. But I remain incredibly grateful, because if I didn't learn these things now, I would have to learn them later at some other point when there's a lot more at stake, like my future family, or even just my house and my job and all this kind of stuff. So to start now, before any failure on my internet business really affects me on a large scale, I'm incredibly grateful for that opportunity. I really hope I can get a lot of these lessons learned now, so that I don't have to learn them the hard way later. Now, you never stop learning, but if I can get the big, completely crippling, debilitating ones out of the way, I would be grateful for that. Because, you look at people like Anik Singhal, Robert Kiyosaki, most of these really large entrepreneurs, they did something, but because they waited until they were already working or had to get a job, these decisions really affected them. And that's interesting, because it gives them a power where you really have to work for it. And there is something to be said for the value of that as well. But I don't know if any of them would recommend going bankrupt just to see what it's like, so that you know that you never have to, that you never want to be, or that you really know how that feels. There's something to be said for the value of that experience, for sure. But if I can avoid it by making these mistakes now, the same mistakes, just on a much smaller scale, I'll take that every day. Keep thinking, guys. Never stop absorbing information. This has been Rune Revolution. I'm Ethan Stahl, signing off.